Welcome everyone, welcome back to my continuing series of my work in progress for my Master Grade Sinanju and also my How to Airbrush a Gunpla series as well. Now I've set this up staring at my spray booth because we are about to pick up where we last left off, and we're going to do a base coat and put some colour onto the parts that we've already primed. Now, I know I'm kind of going over old ground, and I've already explained all this in parts 2 and 3, and in parts 1, 2 and 3 in fact, but what I thought I'd do is just try and put a bit of practice to it all so you can actually see it in action. So if nothing else, just to reiterate the points I've already made, but also just to show you you know, some of the things in action really. Now for this particular part of the project, then I'm going to start using my iWater or eWater airbrush. It's a smaller sort of nozzle. This one's a 0.2 I believe. It's a Revolution BR, and I've also got a fitted preset handle for that, because what I'm after for this video is to do some very if I just grab a part, what I'm after for this video is to do some very subtle kind of base layer of colour, and also a secondary layer, as I've already explained. So let's get on with it. Now what I'm using for this also, I should explain, is two kinds of paints which you've already seen finalised, but I haven't actually shown you before. So I've kind of mixed these up myself with various paints, and this one is called it's originally called an Insignia Red, but really I've made it very, very thin. I don't know if you can see there, it is literally almost like water, or what everybody tells you is the consistency of milk. So that's that, and then I also have in a separate bottle a fiery red, and this one is designed as a post shade, so I'll show you what to do with this one later on in the build. But really this one's more of a deep red, and this one is more of a fiery orangey colour. Actually, I've just had an idea. What I can do to show you is this card I've been using, by the way, is a bit of a test piece which I always recommend having, so you can see what's going on with your airbrush. But if I do the other side, you'll see me experimenting with some of the different colours. So the Insignia Red at its purest level is kind of a purpley colour that you see up here, and I've just mixed it so that it's a bit more orangey, in keeping with the Sinanju. And then the fiery red, you'll see in the middle of these panels, well, you might be able to see, but it's a very kind of flame orange kind of colour, and I'm using that as a post shade. And these are just all these little squares you see is just me doing a little exercise on just how I want to do the shading really, and how well the colour is going to mix and react with each other, bearing in mind that these are actually different kinds of paint from different manufacturers, so you know, always worth a little go really. Okay, so let's get started. So just make sure I don't get these the wrong way around, because I do not want to start off with this one, which is the post shade colour. So I'll put that to one side, and what we're going to use is this Insignia Red. So if I give that a thorough shake, I'm going to load it into the paintbrush, and off we go. So whilst I'm doing this, by the way, I'm not really going to be looking into the camera, so I'll try and get everything in shot, but do please bear with me if there's a few things that kind of aren't in shot or in focus. Right, so I'm just loading some of this Insignia Red paint into my airbrush, and you don't need a lot, just kind of top up as and when you need to. That's the reason I have these dropper bottles. Just makes everything nice and convenient and tidy, to say the least. And really, things are going to get a little bit noisy now, so I'm going to have to turn my compressor on and my spray booth extractor as well. So Bear with me on that one. I'm probably going to be talking over these parts too much. I'm just literally going to just go to work for a little bit, basically. Alright, so before I do that though, let's just make sure the airbrush is spraying nice and cleanly. So that looks very good to me, so we can we'll carry on. And really all I'm doing here is I'm just adjusting my backrest for my airbrush until I get it to the right level, so it's spraying out at a consistent rate that's not too much and not too little, really, just the amount of control that I need. And that to me looks pretty good. And all it is, it's just a preset handle, and it just means it prevents you from pulling the trigger too far back and doing too much paint. Otherwise you'll get like a big splatter like there, and that's not what we want. So I'm just after a pretty fine, consistent line that I don't need to put a lot of effort into. So what that allows me to do is just work in between the areas, really. So I'm just going to work on the underside just to get my eye in. And we'll carry on. And that is about all you're after, really, for this first layer. So I'll just let that dry and we'll move on to the next parts.